Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before you do anything else, go ahead and like, subscribe, and activate those notifications by clicking on that bell icon below. If you've been here before, you know that I love to paint over new paintings. So this is my next victim, and this one's already been painted twice. This is part of the first original one. If I can find a picture I'll show you, which was like a Picasso inspired horse. And then I added this Cardinal over it. So I'm gonna keep the Cardinal, but I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit. I wanna see how many male member part, specifically that part, I can incorporate in here and still look like a bird. All puns intended. So what I'm going to do first is start with some white gesso, white acrylic gesso, and blank out everything that I want to remove on the bird, because I still don't know what I want to remove from the background. So we'll go in steps. So I'll start with the bird, removing what I don't want, and then we'll go from there. So once I do that, I'll be back to show you. Alright, so this is what I'm taking out to redo. So it's covered with the layer of gesso. It just needs one because whatever color I'm going to apply on top is going to be darker. So there is male member number 1. So here is number 2. Alright, here we have number 3. We have member number 4. And we got the 5th member. 5th harmony. Now we're at 6. Right there. And here we have 7. So for the 8th one, I want to do, what are those dolls called that I want inside the other? They have a name. I think they're Russian. So this will be one underneath this one, not in it, but docking. So once I'm done with this one, I'll show you. Alright, so there we got the 8th one. So there, the 8th one is completed, and then I'm going to add one more on the wing. No, sorry, not the wing, the tail. Adding like a little micro one. I mean, we got to have all type of representation in the middle member area. And of course we have to include our little micro penises. Alright, so I did the 10th one. Now I'm gonna fill in all those white spots with scarlet red, the color scarlet, which to me looks a little bit more like orange, but we're gonna start with that color. And then once there's no technique, I'm just filling it in. And then I'll show you once it's done. So I added the scarlet color, but I think I'm being influenced by this painting in the background, because I feel like I needed to add that green in there. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's there. And I'm going to bring in more reds on top of the whole body of the bird, because I don't want them to be that obvious. So I think I overdid it with the red, because now you can't see them at all. Which I did want them a little bit hidden, but I don't know that I wanted them that gone. So I'm going to have to rework it. Change the plan. So I think I'm going about it the wrong way. So I'm going to switch to oil paint, and I'm going to add the shapes that I want in here first, like the lines and such. Like this line, I want it to connect to this tree. And then once I have all my lines where I want them, then I'm going to focus on the fun stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna add the lines and then I'll be back. Alright, now this is more like it. I'm enjoying this a lot better. But now I have to let it dry before I can add color, because oil takes a long time to dry, and I don't... dry, not dry. So I need to wait a couple of days and I'll start adding color. I also want to incorporate more white. And I also added a lot of more male members. I don't know if you can find them. It's kind of like, where's Waldo? Here's like, where's the penis? So I've started adding some white, but I think it needs a lot more. And then I have to come back and rework the black, add some grays. And right now it's like the give and take. Some things I like, I'm going to keep. Some things I won't like, I'm going to remove. So it's a lot of that. So I'm thinking I'm finally getting somewhere. I was a little bit concerned because I didn't like it initially, but I'm starting to like it now. But now I'm gonna have to wait a while for it to dry because the black lines have been blending in to the color I'm using, which I didn't mind because I did want gray based color, so for the purple and the blue. But I don't want any gray in my yellows or my greens because that's gonna not look good. It's gonna look muddy, and I want those colors to be bright and clean. So I have to wait for it to dry. I don't know where I left off because I haven't worked on it in such a long time because I needed the oil paint to dry, and it is now dry. So time to, well, I say that, but I got a little purple residue on my finger. It's dry enough where I can continue to work and the colors won't. More black residue. But it's light enough that I can continue working on it. So I think I'm going to come in with the red, like a red glaze, which a glaze is just, you know, the oil paint, linseed oil, and turpentine. And do that, and then I'll come back. So it's not as dry as I thought it was because there was a little bit blending, but nothing that harmed anything. So I've added the glaze. I was going to say red, but it's not really red. It's permanent red, to be exact. Master's Touch oil paint. Not sponsored, by the way. So I reinforced some of the black lines on the right-hand side, and I'm going to reinforce or brighten up that yellow. So I've darkened the yellow, or brightened it, I should say, and I try to add different shades of green, but to me they'll look the same shade, so I'm going to have to change that. But this is where we're at. Now I have to wait another week and a half for everything to dry so I can continue. That's what I don't like about oil paint, that it takes forever to dry. I finally finished this painting and I absolutely love it. But how many male members are in here? You have to pause and count and then comment below to see if you guess it. But I really like this makeover of this painting. I like that it's provocative, maybe a little vulgar, but it's bright. There's a lot of shape, organic shapes, geometric shapes. There's a lot of things going on, especially when you look close to it, up and close. Actually tactily too feels different just because of the different materials. I absolutely love it. I think it's way better now. But anyway, tell me what you think about it. And that's it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe, like, activate those notifications, and until next time, adios y bye.